Yo guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be showing you a prismatic build that will literally fuck your wife and bake a cake at the same time. This build has the perfect synergy, so let's get into it. Alright guys, to start off with the super honestly can be whatever you want. We're choosing Song of Flame for this build specifically, but like I said, you could do any of them that you want. We're doing Song of Flame for a couple of reasons. The damage resist is the main part, but also the damage you get off of it is very nice, and the way we're going to combo it with our heavy weapon, you can get off quite a lot of damage. Getting into the abilities, we're going to be using Phoenix Dive, Burst Glide, Arcane Needle, and we're using Storm Grenade. On the aspects, obviously we're running Devour because we're on Prismatic Warlock. Why would we use anything else? It's because we're fucking creative out here. And then we're also going to be using Lightning Surge. And when we combine that with Arcane Needle and with Spirit of the Claw, you can actually get 4 Arcane Needles, which then turns into actually 4 lightning surges, and this will make bolt charge for us, and also jolt. So for packs of like red bar enemies, it'll just completely annihilate them. It's very nice. So getting into the fragments, Facet of Awakening is the first one. We actually make every single one of the elemental pickups, so that's very nice. We're using Facet of Balance, which with the weapon we're using as our main, we'll be able to spam grenades out the wazoo. It's pretty wacky tobacco if you ask me. And you still get that melee energy, but mainly the darkness part is absolutely insane. We're also using Facet of Devotion. We're severing and unraveling infinitely with this build, so we're always going to have that max light energy. And we're using a dark weapon, so we'll have Transcendence out the ass as well. We're using Facet of Dominance, which is going to make our Storm Grenade jolt. And we're using Facet of Protection just to have some extra DR on top of our super. And when we're prismatic, that increases, I believe it's 25%. And for the armor mods, this is what we are running. These can change depending on what you're doing, that being mainly the chest piece. So obviously I'm just running an Arc of Solar and a Void Resist. Depending on what you're doing, this could vary. Also the surges, depending on what weapons you want to use. You don't have to use the weapons I use, but I would recommend them. And for the main armor piece, we're going to be using the exotic class item with Spirit of Endless Light and Spirit of the Claw. Like I said, Spirit of the Claw will give us 4 Arcane Needles, which then turns into 4 Lightning Surges. Or you can kind of throw the needle if you want, or use a surge, it doesn't matter, but mainly we get 4 lightning surges out of that. And Spirit of Endless Light, obviously whenever we use our class ability, our melee, our grenade, it'll affect the other abilities so that they recharge faster. And for our weapons, our main weapon is going to be Final Warning. I don't have the catalyst fully leveled, but the catalyst makes this even stronger. But if you've never used this, it came out with Lightfall. Basically, when you ADS, it'll mark targets. Just do a ton of damage. The sidearm is absolutely insane. And when you hit fire, it shoots tracking like strand bullets. And for our other 2 weapons, we're using the Eremite. I believe this came out with Season of the Witch, I think is where this came from. So if you don't have that, it's probably a Zur weapon now you can probably get. And for the heavy weapon, there's 2 weapons I think are going to fit the best based on our surge choices. And that is going to be Pro Memoria, which is a Pale Heart machine gun with reconstruction target lock. And another option for heavy would be the Scintillation with rewind rounds and bait and switch. I have Surrounded, which is situational, but if you can get it to proc, it would be better than bait and switch. I believe it's a 41.75% buff. When it comes to artifact, the only 2 we are going to worry about is Unraveling Orbs. So whenever we pick up an orb or we pick up our Tangle, which we get a lot, we'll get Unraveling Rounds, which is what turns weapons into barrier weapons, like Barodryad, for example, could become a barrier weapon if we do this. Or Final Warning is just a barrier weapon anyway, but you get the Unraveling Rounds. And then we have Horde Shadow, which whenever we demo unraveled targets, it spawns a Threadland. So these 2 have perfect synergy together. It's absolutely insane. Hopefully you did enjoy this one. I truly do think this is prismatic perfected for episode 3 Heresy. And it's only going to get stronger because in Act 3, we're getting strand mods that are going to make this even better.